to introduce myself. I'm Phil, founder of Cognigy, and we have some slides prepared for you for a very quick elevator pitch. So, I think what we can all agree on, customer service is broken. I brought an interesting number here for you. Humans are wasting more than 2 billion hours on hold each year. Now, I know you're good with math. How many years is that? Yes, it's almost 200,000 years every year that we're all wasting on the hotlines. And of those 200,000 years, I think I'm spending around 1,000 years every year on hold somewhere. And that leads to frustration. That leads to lower customer loyalty and negative NPS. I think we can all agree with that. That is a major problem, and we at Cognigy are here to fix that, because what we deliver is AI agent-powered first-line customer support. So there are all these amazing words here, but I'll just explain it. The customer is using a channel. It can be the phone lines. It can be digital channels like WhatsApp or a web chat or a Facebook Messenger or whatever it might be. Contacts the company of choice in any of 100+ languages, and an AI agent will initially take over. Yeah, they will qualify what does the customer want. Maybe they will identify who is the customer, and then they will try and solve the issue. In many cases, they can solve the issue. We're, for example, powering the AI agents for Lufthansa, where in peak times we are seeing hundreds of thousands of automated rebookings, right? When there's a storm, or in Germany we love unions and strikes, so if there's a pilot strike, right, then we can automatically rebook customers. And of course, when all this, and I spoke about this earlier, the non-availability of customer service agents, right? When all this traffic comes onto the contact center, it's just overburdened. So the AI agents are here to really take the brunt of that, do as much as they can, and then only hand over the ones that they can't handle to the customer service agent. These AI agents are, of course, instantly available, personalized, available 24/7 on any channel at a lower cost, and are compliant. And especially that is one of the things that's very important with Cognigy. We are a company here from Germany. Compliance is what we love and live here in Germany, and especially at Cognigy. So we have pretty much any certification under the sun, which is why we are so successful with so many large German and international companies. By now, we're processing more than 1 billion interactions every year for companies like, I already said, Lufthansa, DHL, Deutsche Bahn, but also international companies like the Virgin Group, Procter & Gamble, PostNL out of the Netherlands, Remitly, who we saw earlier as well. So another portfolio company is our very happy customer, and we have a 98% recommendation rate, which I think is really quite out there, not measured by us, but measured by Gartner, where we are also a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant, in any Magic Quadrant that ever existed for this field, which is only 2, but we're a leader in both. We're a leader in Forrester and pretty much any other analyst report, okay, yada, yada, yada. And now, what's really cool is we are not just marketing slides. Our AI agents are reality today, not like other people pitching to a sales force, for example, right? Because these ones are not that real yet. So if you want to try it out, take a picture, give the AI agent a call. It's still a bit prototypish, but you'll see it's really cool. So call Cognigy's AI agent. This agent knows anything about Cognigy. It also knows who the lead investor in our Series A round was. Who was? DN Capital, there we go, exactly. But it also knows about all the other rounds. So give it a go, try it out, and if you can use it for your company, or if you can use it for any of your portfolio companies, come and talk to me, or come and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Numa solves 2 big problems in the hospitality industry. Number 1, I'm sure you all know this. When you check in at the hotel, you often have to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes when they ask you the same things that they should already know. So 80% of the process landscape in hospitality can be automated, according to McKinsey. And secondly, from a guest perspective, there's a new class emerging between Airbnb and hotels. Numa is building that supply, so we're a full stack hospitality platform for the new generation of travelers. Company is about 5 years old. We are emerging as the clear market leader in the European AAA cities, on track to generate a positive EBITDA this year. We've made it through tough COVID times, and now the sun of the market is shining bright upon us, and we're delighted to share that we're managing more than 2.5 billion euros in assets under management. That's on the back of strong top-line growth, so about 2x year over year. Also this year, we're ballpark in a 200 million run rate range and have consistently delivered high occupancy metrics over the last few years, as you can see here on the right side. Pictures always say more than words, so these are some examples of the assets that we manage. As you can see, all iconic properties in AAA locations. We have managed to really build exclusive access to real estate, which is a strong component next to the technology of our business model. And we're also delighted, next to our strong home base in Berlin, to have just opened in Paris on Champs-Élysées, right during the Olympics. And I thought, in the end, to give you a good understanding of what we are here. So basically, we combine the best of the hotel world with the best of the Airbnb world. So we're building a professional offering on the supply side of the Airbnb use case product. And that's the fastest growing segment within the supply side of hospitality. Roughly 2x of GDP, by the way. As technology, we have focused really on two main points, right? One is to reduce the operational cost by about 65% and generate up to 30% in additional revenue. And all of that has led to really strong metrics on the guest perspective. So we're, even though the brand is very young, already at 30% direct share, 8.7 average review score, and an NPS of 52, while the average industry is at 37, and I'm talking Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, etc. So even though we removed all of that, we're better than them. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, it's me again, Tobias. We've set out to end financial crime, as you can see here, and we want to do that much more efficiently than everyone else out there. Let's start with the problem first of all. Today you have basically a combination of different things happening in the financial services markets. It's the Russian sanctions, it's artificial intelligence, which we've discussed about here quite a bit already, and it's an increasing amount of real-time payments basically causing more trouble as people get basically scammed and other things. Financial crime is accelerating really through the roof, and depending on what you want to look at, it's at least 3 trillion of damage each year coming from that problem alone in the world. On the other side of the chart, you can see that financial institutions who have actually been asked to counter that problem are doing nothing but delivering cost and delivering information gaps, so they're not fighting the crime. We see basically 1% only of the crime fought and found, and 99% of it happens every year. So 99% of the 3 trillion are happening. Still, and that is basically my market, financial institutions are spending 200 billion every year to try. To no avail, as you can see here, there's plenty of news out there basically saying that financial institutions have been fined or in some other sort of reputational trouble as a result of these things. So what are we doing differently here to address the problem? Really on 3 dimensions. The first one is effectiveness. What can we do to find the financial crime? How can we use modern technology like anomaly detection or pattern detection models like we do quite tremendously in the product already? Is one aspect of doing the right thing. In the middle of the chart, you see the flexibility part, which basically gets us sold and makes us, puts us in a place where we can actually replace old legacy systems that in some cases are in place, in many cases, in fact, are in place. And the reason for that is we can overlay our AI onto legacy solutions. We can ingest data much more smoothly, so to say, through APIs, of course, also through other technology. And it's also very, very easy to configure. So not 2, 3, 5 years of implementation times. It could be down to 2 weeks, and it has been with us. The third element here is the efficiency part. We want to do all that, and we are doing that all, much more efficient. The big problem of the industry are false positives. And when I say that, I mean old school systems would spit out anything between 95 and 98% in anti-money laundering processes of false alerts. So alerts that nobody wanted, but still everybody has to look at to ultimately be compliant as a bank. So we are reducing that tremendously. We'll see an example about that later. And we are prioritizing alerts as well, just to make the whole thing much smoother. So what's the product about? Quite easy, really. We are ingesting transaction information in real time. So think credit card, bank transfer, We're ingesting account holder information like CRM information and things like that from the bank. We apply our machine learning models to all of that data, ultimately spitting out, delivering alerts and cases for the bank to investigate to ultimately improve the process, as I already said. Our results are good already as it stands alone. If we go to the next level, and we have done that in multiple jurisdictions, we're now applying network effects, which is really transferring learning from one bank to the next to ultimately deliver tremendous results as we fight the crime, and even tremendous results also as we reduce false positives and drive efficiency. Case study, just 1 second. We have reduced cost by 50% in each and every case, basically, of our customers. And the underlying reason for that is what I already mentioned. It's reducing false positives to ultimately drive down labor costs in those processes, like we've also been discussing on the panel. Thank you so much.